The phrase, "there's a greater you on the inside of you," means being above normal, understanding your worth, and being confident in knowing who you are. But the first person who has to realize that there's a greater you on the inside of you is you. In life, we all go through stages of the good, the bad, and the ugly, which leads us to our purpose and promise. UTCM is a platform where you get to share your story and your truth of unmasking moments that allows you to embrace all stages in your life. UTCM looks forward to many people being able to unmask, uncover, and unveil themselves on the podcast. Thank you for watching and joining us. Hey! We live! Look at Ro, you look real serious. Ro is ready for Ro is not, she's not coming to play today, okay? She ready.
You hear me? Hear me in the back? Tell me.
Me. She got her mic and everything. I love it. Welcome, everybody. It's UTCM in the building, season 5, episode 9. Woo! Okay. So we are missing one of our authors, but she will be on. Just praying, keeping her in prayer. She lost one of her members today, so right now they're dealing with a situation. So she may come on, she may not come on. It's all good though, right? So it is the authors circle. Okay, we got we authors on here, and we just found out something new, but I ain't gonna share it. I'm gonna let her share it.
We ain't gonna tell nobody else.
Okay? We ain't gonna tell nobody else. We gonna wait.
Tune in if you want to know about the big announcement. I told them they better tune in, so they better be on.
Come on, tune in. Oh, you're gonna give us the deets. You're gonna give us the details for us to be able to tune in.
Yeah, I knew one of the questions was gonna be, so I said I need to be prepared.
Yeah. I wanted to give y'all a little. I wanted to give you a little heads up of what I was going, because I feel like there's a lot of people that I've been coming in contact with and having conversations about, and you won't realize how many people really have they aspire to write a book but are very scared, right? Or don't know how, or very hesitant, or there's just a lot of questions around that. And I feel like it's just, at the end of the day, it's helpful to maybe who has been desiring to write their story or write a devotional or create a journal, right? Sometimes we get so caught up in the aesthetics of it all and not really, talk about the process of it all, and how this just didn't happen overnight for us. It was a journey, right? So let's I really want to talk about that journey to encourage somebody who may want to, or who may have been thinking about, right? It's nothing like hearing real stories, real process, right? So then you're like, well, wait, if they could do it, then maybe I can, right? So right, I mean, I know we're friends on Facebook, we're friends outside of this platform and outside the podcast, but maybe there's somebody that's on that does not know the authors, right? So I would like you guys to introduce yourselves to the people. You both have been on my podcast again, but there's been you both have been on my podcast, but there are new things that you have done and working on and all that stuff. So introduce yourself to the people. Danya, you go ahead first. You take the lead.
Hey everybody. I am Danya M. Walls. Respect the M. Okay. My middle name. Since I've gotten older, you got to put the M there. It's branding reasons. But I'm Danya M. Walls. This is my birthday month. That is most important first. I am an author. Many of you, if you watched the podcast with Naisha before, know the book 27 Days to Overcoming Depression. which I share skills and all the things that the Lord gave me on my journey through depression and anxiety. I am a mother of two beautiful children, a teenager. He's a teenager, and
Teenager.
a teenager, yes. And my daughter, so my son Psalm, who's the teenager, and my daughter Rua. I am the wife of Bilal Walls. I am a servant. I am a sister. I am all the things. Yeah, that's pretty much it, I think. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Danye, my sister girl. All right, Ro. And so I have a nickname for Ro. So if you hear me call her my Betty, that's our we have nicknames for each other. So
And if you want to know about it, you got to catch another podcast to know why it's Betty.
exactly. Introduce
So,
yourself.
hi everyone. Huh?
I said introduce yourself to the people.
Okay, let me introduce myself to others, right? My name is Veronica Hicks. I'm going to forget a lot of the things that I do, and that is fine. But follow me on Instagram. You can follow all the things that I do. So I am the author of Envision My Beauty, a practical guide to give you beauty from ashes. I am West Indian, right? A middle child of immigrant parents, okay, that was raised in North. So that tells you a lot right there. I am one that people have always said who I was supposed to be and what I was supposed to do, but nobody ever told me about process, right? Nobody told me like how do you go through that and what do you do. So hence why I wrote a book, right, about things that I did and things that I'm still doing to be able to become the woman I desire to be, not what others said that I had to be. Like you got to be strong but not too strong. You got to be assertive but not too aggressive. You got to have kids. You got to be married, but you got to also have a job that's paying six figures. Like all the things. So I am an author. I am an elder at the Church of the New Covenant. I am an educator, right? I'm very proud to be an educator, not a teacher. Educator. I'm gonna educate you. I ain't sitting in a classroom to teach you nothing, but I'm gonna educate you. Um, but I have, several certifications in mindfulness and things like that. I am a certified mixologist now, because the government is real wild right now. So you got to do what you got to do to be able to assist you with being able to take care of you and your household. So that's a little bit about me.
I love that. But I'm sitting here, right? And I'm like, this is so beautiful, right? Like they're giving me like all these like titles and
Here we go.
what they hold and who they are, right? So I want you guys, right? This is what I'm hearing. I want you to describe yourself maybe in a sentence. I don't even want to say one word, but describe yourself outside of your title, right? Like Rohisha, you said, like, I'm an elder, I'm a certified mixologist right now. And you like all of those good things, right? But who is Rohisha outside of that?
So I am a girl's girl, right? Like in regards to, I'm that one that is, I'm gonna always find something, and I be serious, but people always think I'm playing. Like I am not that person that people seem like. I don't know if you're approachable. I am super silly. I am super like I'm a waterhead. I will cry at the drop of the dime. So I am sensitive. I think of myself like an ice cube, right? Like I could be hard because I'm like very observant. You can't get too close, but I am like a puddle in the middle once you get to know me, and I'm okay with that. Like before, I thought it was a problem, but I'm okay with the fact that like I'm soft and I'm like no, and I'm like okay, what you need? I got you. Come on, let's do this. And I think that is my superpower. That I had to embrace now at this age. And being that, so I'm just raw, right? I don't. The titles is cute, but
Yeah.
I'm just raw. I'm sorry, I'm like, well, who you talking to? Because we could get it there, and I'm like, nah, but I really do love you. Come give me a hug, right? Like that's just who I am. All aspects on the spectrum, in regards to how I show up. But I think that I'm authentic and genuinely me. That I'm not gonna, what you see here is what you're gonna see me at church, what you're gonna see me at work, what you're gonna see me with my friends, my family. And that's something that I really take pride in doing to make sure that I authentically show up as myself.
That's good. That's good. I love it. And you know why I was so I feel like I wanted you guys to kind of, and I'll let you speak to Diane, but I wanted you guys to kind of speak to that because I feel like sometimes, because we're just doing, right? And then because we do want, to talk about those accomplishments, right? But I feel like that even just on this journey, right, of really finding out who you are, and who you are meant to be, right? That's something that you have to sometimes sit with, because that wasn't always easy for me to talk about, like, outside of my titles, right? Because I could lay it down, right? Like what I could do. But who is Naisha, right? Like Naisha is that girl that loves to dance. Naisha is that girl who, as soon as you play a line dance song,
Okay.
it up, okay, right? Like I'm that girl that want to dance in the mirror. Like I want to do a TikTok, right? Like that's what I love to do outside of being a mom, outside of being a wife, right? Because we also too, when we are doing the things, we sometimes forget about, what we really love and what we are passionate about or what we desire to do and all that. So that's why I wanted you guys to kind of speak to that. But go ahead, Danye.
It's so funny. You took one of my words. So I would say that Danye is a woman that is learning how to be a human being and not a human doing.
Wait. Unpack it. Don't move from there. Don't move from there. Unpack that right there.
So to everything you just said, right? Like we are literally groomed from birth that you're the smart kid in class, or you're the bad kid in class, or you're the one that get good grades, or you got the good job, or you went to the good college, or you got X, Y, and Z degrees, right? And these are all the things that we are doing, but we are born as human beings and we're never taught how to be. So in me in 34, getting ready to be 35 years of living, I can say that within this last year, I'm learning how to be. And it is the hardest thing because I've been doing for so long, right? 33 years of my life I've been doing. So I am learning how to be a woman that is a being. And I'm just being in the moment, being okay with not being okay, being okay with, as Ranisha had said, like just crying at a drop of a dime, right? And not feeling like I have to have an explanation for everything, or I have to over explain myself, or so that is who I am currently. I'm learning how to be instead of just do.
I love that. I really, really do. Like, I really love y'all.
And we love you back. And we
I
love you
really
back.
do. Like, that's beautiful. What'd you say, Ro?
When you say about being like being, I realized that I didn't learn how to just be till I really was just by myself. Like in that season of like, oh, why are you removing all these people from me? Like where my friends at? Why we not going out together? Why we not? But when I spent time by myself, is when you learn how to love yourself and be comfortable with yourself. And that's when you could be in a place of just being, right? It's not when you around others. Used to shoot, hoops in the gym. It's the moments when you're in like that, what they say, that wilderness, or that time when it's just you. Is
Isolation.
when you fully embrace all that you, the good, the bad, the ugly, the nasty, all the things. So I love that you was like just be, and I love it took me X amount of years, right? I'm 40 now. Now I'm like, yeah, I could do that. Let me stay in my house by myself and I'm okay. But it's a beautiful thing. People get scared to be in the moment. But it's a beautiful thing.
You know what? It's crazy that you say that because, and we're going to get to talking about the books and all that stuff too, but I just felt like this was necessary because it also is a part of the process, right? And how we made the decision to like go ahead and just do it, right? Even though it wasn't easy, but this is what is all, it takes all of this, right? And I think it was not last week or the week before last, and I woke up extremely heavy. Like I just felt real weighty. I felt real like disappointed. I was just in my feelings, right? And for me, right, my unmasking journey, it's been like, okay, when I'm feeling like that, I gotta go. Like I gotta move. I gotta, I gotta go do something. And I literally felt like I needed to like be okay with sitting with my stillness and sitting with those emotions. right? And what I did was I decided to, I said, you know what? All right, I'm not gonna run outside and I'm not gonna run to somebody's house and and then try to take my mind off of it. And even though sometimes that is good, but I knew that I'm in a season of I need to deal with these emotions because I keep trying to run from them, even though I was thinking that I was dealing with them, but I really wasn't dealing with them. Right. So I allowed myself to feel those emotions. So I did. I cried. I boo-hoo cried. I cried like a baby. Yes, I did. I boo-hoo, snot nose, cried. And I asked God, I'm like, God, you have to help me.
Mm-hmm.
You have to help me. Right. So and I wrote in my journal. I got up, then I turned on some music and I said, you know what? All right, I done got that out. I cried it out, but now I'm not going to stay. I'm not going to stay in these emotions right now. But I am going to get up, but I'm still not going to leave. I'm still not going to go running, right? I'm going to get up. I'm going to do some laundry. I did my laundry. I said, oh, you know what? Matter of fact, I'm going to put me on a movie I want to laugh. So I watch Bad Boy. I love the last Bad Boys. I turned that on and I watched it. And then like, you know how sometimes like Netflix, like it'll keep like playing like different. So then I started and like different movies came up that was like funny. And I'm like, before I knew it, like the whole day was over. Right. And even though I didn't feel like I feel great, like it's like, you know what I'm saying? It allowed me to be still and allowed me to feel saying, and it was an understanding like Naisha, like this is what you need to do and it's okay to feel like.
And I think that's the scary thing too for people is that when we feel that, we do want like to feel okay, like I'm completely better, everything has gone away. And I think that's the false narrative that has been told for decades and decades upon time. And this is why people feel like maybe healing didn't manifest or deliverance didn't take place or this therapy didn't work or this conversation didn't work because we have never really been taught, no, you may still feel this thing, right?
Hello.
But now you're just addressing that you actually feel it versus before you would, like you mentioned, go running, get busy, just doing, right? No, so you still may feel a little sad. You may feel a little bit of the weight lifted, but you still may feel a little heavy. But that doesn't mean that it wasn't worth it or it didn't work or it didn't take effect. Maybe it was just a seed that was planted. Maybe it was, just the beginning stages of something, right? But we just want it fixed. I want to be okay. I want to be all right. I want to do this. And it's like, no, it don't even work like that. Like even after reading maybe one of our books, you may not, and I say that, like you can go through my devotional and get to day 27 and be like, you know what? I still feel a little depressed. But I say that in the book. Start over. Go back to day one.
Right, go back to day one.
Yes.
And like it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's 27 days, but it's what 365 days in a year. So if you got to take day one and do it for the month of January and you stay on day one, that's fine, right? It's not one of the things that I was like so sold on with the book is like, even though I'm giving you 27 days, I'm not saying to you that you'll be fixed in 27 days.
Right.
Because this book is now a year removed and I'm just now getting ready to go back into my own book again to remind myself of these tools and principles and things because this is a new season. I'm feeling new things. You know what I'm saying? Like, and being okay with that, I have to go back. I think we don't like that part. We want to, I want to be okay
in the go back. There's power in the go back. There's so much power in the go back.
Yes.
Like, and it's okay.
It's okay.
It really, really is. Understanding that, your peace and also joy is not situational either. Right. Like I know that was big for me. Like, if everything was going good, I'm good. But if stuff hitting the fan, it's a little tight, it ain't right. Oh, I ain't good. I ain't got joy. Nope.
Right, and that's happiness. That's not joy.
But that's real though. Like, and like really allowing people to like understand, really being able to tap into learn that joy is not situational.
It's
right?
not.
Like it's a decision that you make, that you know what, no matter what it looks like. But that also takes time, that takes process, that takes, sometimes maturity,
Mm-hmm.
understanding, willingness, right? It's a lot of a lot of moving parts that comes to play. You know what I'm saying with that? So,
Mm-hmm.
oh, this is good stuff. I feel like this is therapy for me. Okay.
It is. Y'all talking about joy. I'm like, wait a minute. It's a chapter in my that talks about joy.
I love it.
Come on. Come on. I love
Exactly.
it. I love it.
And it's so interesting because I was thinking about not just about the joy part, right? But even thinking about the fact that when I was writing, I was thinking about somebody had asked me like, what does joy look like for you in your life? And I was like, oh, it's happiness. And they was like, no, right? And then when I was on my way, and I realized it's an overwhelming feeling, right? That it's you can't even put words to it. But then when I was like doing the research and stuff like that, and I was thinking about just like our ancestors, like what did Black people go through, our women? I realized that in most movies you'll see them, they were always crying, right? It was always something happening, they crying, which was a release. And then they would either bust out in song or bust out in dance, right? And that was the releasing of them and all that they were dealing with in order to receive their freedom. And Color Purple is one of my favorite movies, right? And I think about Suge at the end. She
Yeah.
walked and cried and sung and then was able to feel like her father had that forgiveness of like sinners
Reconciliation.
have
Yep.
heart too. And I realized it's going back to the basic, right? It's going back to the fact of the things that we try to stay away from. I don't wanna cry. I gotta be strong. I can't get too focused on them and get stuck. Right? Or people put limitations on dancing. Well, if you really an elder, you shouldn't be dancing. You shouldn't be posting that. You shouldn't be doing all the things that you shouldn't be doing. But there's a sense of freedom that comes from it. In regards to now, I'm releasing. I'm just moving off of what I'm feeling, right? And that's the part that we tap into our feelings because what we've been trained to believe what our feelings should be. But it be the most after you cry your nose and stuff, you be feeling better. You be like, okay, all right, and it's not a bad thing.
My father always says this, like we have tear ducts for a reason, right? Because we know we always heard that saying, like, men shouldn't cry or man up, like stop crying. It hurt. Like I'm hurting. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's okay. Like it's okay. It is okay to cry. God, you have tear ducts, and sometimes they will be used.
And I do one better. We need to cry.
That's so good.
We need to. Bump, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. But we need to cry.
That's good.
You literally, Ranisha literally just said it's a form of release. Not to get too vulgar, but if you constipated, you don't like the way that feel. You gonna take everything you possibly can to release that thing from your body. Crying is the same thing. It is a form of release.
So
We
true.
need to cry. We need to. And sometimes, let me free a few people right now. You don't have to have a reason of why you're crying. Sometimes you just need to let it out. Don't feel that you have to explain it. Maybe that's why we're not crying enough, because we feel that something has to be attached to the tears. It don't. Just cry. Just let it out. Just, I cry in front of my son. He'll be like, Mommy, what's wrong? I don't know right now. I just felt like I needed to let this out.
That's good.
We don't have to, no explanation needs to be attached to it. And maybe we'll do it more, because a lot of people probably don't do it because it's like, well, I don't really have words for, I don't really have a feeling for it. No, just do it. If you feel it, do it.
That's good.
Because your body needs it.
We need to cry. Hashtag we need to cry.
Yes.
Cry.
Drop it in the
cry.
we
can cry together.
Yeah, okay.
Ja Rule now.
Okay. I'm about to say it's a whole song. You cry.
It sure is. It sure enough is. Hashtag we need to cry for real. It's necessary. You know what? So that's a good segue. right? Because I don't know about y'all, but I had a lot of tears during this journey writing that book, baby. Ooh, some days I would be sitting at that table and it would just be, the papers would just be wet, full of tears, because I was reliving some of what I put in my book, right? So reliving those experiences, which was very challenging, right? And then even some of the experiences, I still even really wasn't dealing with it, but it was like it was coming up. So it was like I needed to write it because it was coming back to my remembrance for a reason. Right. So I kind of want you to share a moment in writing, in your writing journey, that like deeply impacted you.
I'm gonna let you go first.
Let's see. Deeply impacts me. Whew. It was so many, but if I had to pick one, I think it was about the imposter syndrome. When I talked about imposter syndrome, and I think it was because see me, they're like, oh my gosh, she's so confident, and she just beats her own drum and things like that. And it's like, yeah, I'm confident, but I had to get there, right? It took time. So like when people see Rohisha, it's like, oh yeah, bro, and it's like she always on. It's like, yeah, but I have to build that up, right? Like it wasn't something that just naturally came. I thrive in certain environments, but I had to mentally prepare myself because there were spaces and places that I felt like I didn't deserve to be there, or like, why am I here? I can't pronounce some words correctly. Somebody always wanted me,
Wow.
to come talk like that, right? Or the fact of, I didn't always have a cookie cutter. Like, I lived life. So it's like, how can I come now and tell you something? And it's the moment of realizing how far I've come. Not for nobody else to tell me, but how far I've come in the journey. And it was the moments of like crying, like mourning of, I know how I used to respond, right? Like now I'm gonna cuss you out and I'm gonna tell you and your mama and your grandmama off and not care. But now that I don't respond that way, I'm crying about mourning the fact of you don't know where I've been and how I could respond. But I'm crying because I'm crying about the old me, because it's like that was, and it's about the maturity of like, now I can handle it differently and have more impact, right? And make and be able to be by example in regards to how I show up, and be honest about the fact that I do have some imposter syndrome, right? Like it's a time where I may feel kind of like, oh, I got it going on, and then when you around other people that are like thriving in their lanes, it makes you second guess. But I also had to embrace the fact that like what's for me is going to be for me, right? I am uniquely made. I'm not like everybody else, so I'm gonna have to beat to my own drum, and that's okay. But when you recognize and you see, my thing is I'm gonna make you uncomfortable before you gonna make me uncomfortable. So hey, how you doing? What's up? Good morning, right? I'm gonna do all those things, and I realized it became a habit of, why do I feel like I have to put myself down in spaces? If I feel like I'm in a room and other people are excelling or they're thriving, then what do I need to do for me to feel like I'm thriving within myself? And part of it was really just loving me, right? Like I dealt with really bad low self-esteem. Like I remember it was a phase I would buy nothing but heels. Every time I got checked, I was buying 3 to 4 pairs of heels because I wanted people to like, oh, your shoes is cute. Oh, thank you, right? Because I didn't have this self-esteem, right? And I realized when I was my biggest, you couldn't tell me nothing. When I started losing weight, I'd be like, hey, don't show no attention over here. I'm good. But that's because I didn't in myself, right? I was allowing what society has said or what I deem to be beautiful. And I realized beauty just looks different for everything and everyone, right? And it's more important to be beautiful inside that of how I interact with others than what I physically look like. And once I got that down pat, like you can say whatever you want to say, but my inner, my heart is going to speak out. That's what's going to connect people. That's what's going to show. But to be pure, and that means I got to do the work. That means that I got to know. Okay, Rich, you nasty, but let's work on that. What could we do differently? Yeah, you had trauma. Yeah, you was molested. Yeah, you had daddy issues. Yeah, you had all those things. But what are you going to do with it? Are you going to go through all that in vain, or you're going to use that for power to be able to show up in spaces and places and know I work to get where I'm at. I built my own daggone table. So I don't need to be at your table. You better be lucky if you sit at my table. But it's knowing your power, knowing what you walk into based upon using your past, your trauma, the times where you felt like you was at rock bottom, or you may not even want to live anymore. Using that and using that as fuel to push you forward. So I think like that imposter syndrome, still moments that I had that, but then I recognize like, Rosie, you dope. If don't nobody else tell you, you dope, girl. And I have to empower myself and talk to myself to remind me of it, because I need validation from myself, not from others giving me validation.
That's so good. I mean, we could sit and unpack like a lot of things that you said. So we may have to do a episode 2 of this, right? Because oh yeah, and make sure you get the book. I'm gonna
get the book.
Yes, you gonna get the book, and I'm gonna make sure that I'm super excited. Like I got so many like thought bubbles like all over my head right now. I'm gonna make sure I put the links in the comments, both on YouTube and on Facebook for everybody. So yes, make sure y'all please go and purchase the books. I have both Danye's book, and I also have Ro's book too as well. And I know Ro has something up and coming too, which I will also be supporting that too as well. It's just very heartwarming, right? To just understand like this is what Kingdom is about, but this is also what community is.
Right.
To know that I am not alone. Right. And I don't have to do this journey alone, right? And Rose, she shared about the imposter syndrome, right? And mine is more so of like that conflict and not wanting conflict, right? And not understanding that how that was carrying over into my adulthood, also into my marriage, into me being a mother, right? Like I thought like not dealing with conflict was just like not saying nothing at all.
Right.
Safe for me, not understanding that, girl, you suffering in silence. Right. So it's like just understanding like, wow, we're not alone. Right. Like everybody has their own little thing. But at the end of the day, we're all working towards to be the best versions of ourselves. Right. All right, Danya, go ahead. Take it away, girl. So do you need me to repeat the question?
Yes, girl. No,
Got you. And y'all hear Chloe. So I need y'all to also, like, as y'all keep coming on and watching my podcast, I need everybody to continue to pray, because next season I would like to be in my own podcast studio. I would like to, right? So I'm throwing it out there. I'm gonna keep throwing it out there, right? I'm gonna keep throwing it out there. All right. So can you share a moment in your writing journey that deeply impacted you?
Other than actually writing, amen.
Right.
Because that part impacted me.
My Lord.
Yeah, no, I honestly would say that I think I was so reluctant to the idea of anything I had to say as value. And I think that also speaks a lot to just traumas, issues. So what impacted me, I think you kind of touched on it, Naisha, when you talked about like reliving the situations. And even though the book is a devotional book, writing down the tools, I think what impacted me the most was like, oh dang, you stop using these. Like as I was writing, I was remembering the moments when God gave me the scripture and the strategies and the things like that. So while I'm writing, I'm also refreshing myself, because of the season that I was in. I had just became a mom to my first child, 3 years removed from being married. So the season when these tools was given to me, none of this was present, right? This was 27. I got the book, and y'all got to go back and watch the episode for all the details, okay? Because I share the journey of the book. Praise God.
Yeah.
But this was 27 when I did the whole video thing on Facebook. So it took me until 31, right? Delayed obedience, what we spoke about on the podcast. So as I'm writing these things back and going back and looking at these things, I'm like, wow, a lot of the tools themselves that God gave me to consistently use, I was so removed from them. And if I'm honest, it was a wake up call, and it also broke my heart because no parent wants to give their kids instruction that they don't utilize, especially when you know it's for their benefit. And I felt like as a child, I didn't take my father's advice consistently. Um, so that it was a moment while I was like writing and going through the days, and I'm like, yeah, you do turn mourning into dancing. You know, like, the things do get better like over time. Like I do need to, I'm like remembering all the instructions that my father once gave me. And it's like, okay, it wasn't just instructions for that time. I realized that it was seasonal instructions that can apply at all aspects of my life. So I was a little disappointed in myself as like a daughter to realize that, okay, I kind of like removed myself from the instruction, and this is probably why this thing feels as heavy as it do now in this season, because I'm not applying the instruction. Yeah.
Do you, like, right now in this moment, do you remember, like, can you, because I feel like it's so good, like, also allowing it to um people to understand, like, in totality, like
Mhm.
what that looks like, right? So can you give an example of maybe an instruction that your father gave that, but
Mhm.
you weren't obedient to it, and that's where the disappointment came in?
Mhm. So something that's massive, even in communicating with people with depression and anxiety, is the internal thoughts. So one of the day, if I'm not mistaken, it may be day one, is my thoughts. And like scripture in Philippians, that talk about like, think on these things, things that like that whole scripture, and remembering that, um, being a new mom, right, and writing all of this, I realized that I didn't apply the scripture, right, to think on the things of God. And I was allowing myself, like one of the things during my pregnancy with my son, and I don't know if I shared this on the podcast, was the internal thought of, like the first trimester mainly, I literally sat and waited for a miscarriage to happen.
Mm.
I never really thought of myself as a mom, right? Or even the ability to be able to have children. So even fast forward and like going backwards, I mean, when I found out I was pregnant, I remember saying to my OB, like, oh my gosh, like, so I was able to get pregnant or whatever. And she was like, yeah, I don't know why you felt like that. I'm like, yeah, you remember you told me, we had this conversation. She said, no, Danya, you told me you couldn't get pregnant. And I had to sit there like, but it was a narrative, right? My thoughts. I told myself
Mm.
that, so much so to the point that it became a reality, right? So even with the scripture in Philippians, and I'm gonna find it because I want to I want to misquote the Bible, okay? Because you can argue my opinion, but you can't argue the word. Praise
Right,
God.
right, right. Because people go. They always say people go in the comments like, "You said."
Okay.
Right?
Uh,
It ain't that scripture.
right. So it's Philippians 4:8. So finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, if there be any praise, think on these things. And that's the KJV version for all my extra saved folk.
Right,
Um,
right, right, right.
so I realized that even in from the OB telling me what I told her, to going through the pregnancy, right? Even in my marriage, there were things that I consistently thought on, that I thought on it so long that it became a reality, right? For me, stuff that I was telling myself, that I felt that a wife should be, right? Or mother should be doing these things. And I realized this specific scripture, he's very intentional with telling us to think on these things, because he knows that when you think on things that are not of him long enough, they do become your reality, right? So if I'm thinking on things that are good, good becomes my reality. If I'm thinking on the good report, then good reports become my reality, right? So when I was going through that, I'm like, oh, dang. So you weren't only intentional for me to think on those things when I was younger and dealing with the depression and all those negative thoughts. You knew that thoughts, negative thoughts, bad reports, things that aren't good would follow and try to consistently be in my mind. So this is why you gave me this tool. This is why you wanted me to commit the scripture to memory, and to really embed it, and even giving instruction to me on how to do that, because you want it to become my reality, and not the narratives that I was saying myself. So when I say, like, I kind of felt disappointed, because there were things in that moment, and during that season, that I realized, like, dang, this didn't even have to be a thought in my mind if I just remembered what my dad said to me.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
deep. that little deep right there.
Check your mind, like, come on, thoughts better be together.
Okay, no, for real, yeah,
Yeah, because I always say them thoughts be thoughting, like they really be thought, like.
And
But
I have to take a
listen,
moment to be like, Lord, I know your promises. It ain't manifesting like it ain't manifesting right now, but still God, right? Like you
yes,
have to really cancel out, because as soon as it hit,
that's it.
it has it spirals you down like a rabbit hole.
Yo,
Yes,
if that ain't the truth,
yes,
yo, once them thoughts get the thought in, yo, you could end up being, you would just count. It could be something so simple, like, you know what I'm saying, like you was so happy about your outfit, right? Like, yeah, like, oh, it's gonna look cute. You got all the accessories and everything, and you put the outfit on, and you like, oh, I look fat. I don't like this.
and then the thought is just the surface, right? The thought is the surface. Then the narrative comes, right? And this is what I mean. Then the narratives become our reality if we sit in it long enough.
Word.
Like, if we really just sit back and reflect, how many things are not true that we done told ourselves, and then we probably end up telling other people. The doctor said to me, no, Danya, you told me you couldn't have. And I'm
Right.
sitting here like, well, who told me that?
Right. The doctor like,
Like,
I didn't
I
say
folks,
that.
my practice over here. We gotta start malpracticing on ourselves. How about that?
Girl, the doctor said, girl, I ain't tell you
I
that.
ain't never said that to you, and you not about to fit and have no lawsuit for me. That's just
Nah. You not about to fit, nah.
okay. Fit no. No, but
Girl.
it was a narrative. I had it in my head, and I told myself for years. Now, mind you, that was my first pregnancy, right? But who told me that? That literally became like, it was, when, ladies, when I tell you, it was something I believed. And I can go down the list of things that I believed about myself
Yeah.
because of what I first thought. Then the thought became a narrative, and then the narrative became life.
Yep. It became your reality.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
But
you know
this
what?
is why
I'm
he
gonna live
said
it.
on the things that are good, right? Because if I'm thinking it, then that good thing become a narrative, and then the narrative become a reality,
Wow.
right? He's intentional, like he cares so much. So that's why I was like, well, you did tell me that. You
Right.
told me. You said
Wow.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
I need hold up. What Pass Lavelle on here? Because I need Pass Lavelle. Maybe about to bring her in the room. We need a therapist. Like, baby,
Honey.
what? This is real. It's real, y'all. For real. What inspired the title? Ro, I want you to no, let Diane, I want you to go.
Oh yeah, because mine was quick. It was my 27th birthday. I was on Facebook, and the Lord had me do 27 days to overcoming depression. So I did a countdown from November 1st to November 27th, which is my actual birthday.
It's coming up.
It is. When y'all eating, I'll be turning 35. But yeah, and that was pretty much it. So the videos, I was fighting, writing a book, and I'm like, I'm not an author. I'm dyslexic. Like, who's writing a book? Not me. But I was very active on social media. So, and I always like savvy things, and the Lord led me to do the 27 days. And then when I finished those videos, my birthday came, and then he was like, all right, there's your book. And I was like, no. A few years later, went back to the videos. And he like gave new revelation, of course, because it was like, a new season. But pretty much from that spunky social media thing, it just turned into a book.
You know what, it's so amazing, like when I start to hear like other people who have been on this journey, because like my book wasn't a book. It didn't start off that way. Like it was I'm gonna do like a devotional 6 days, right? Then it started I forgot what else it was. It was supposed to be a devotional just for like 6 days.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was supposed to be something else. I can't think of it. And then it was just like a book. And I'm like, a book, right? Because I share the same thing. Like I never thought that I was smart enough, right?
Mm-hmm.
But those are also labels that became a part of my reality, right? Like when I would hear like, oh, well, she's a little slower with reading and she doesn't test well, and right. So I began to like hold on to those labels that I would hear, that would be spoken about me, also that would be said to me too as a child, right? So in my head, I'm like, write a book. Yeah, it's no way I could do that. I can't write nobody book, right? And and that's what made me do the whole podcast, right, to just hold myself accountable to get it done. But yeah, it didn't start off that way at all. It wasn't supposed to be nobody book. But here I am now, unmasking the cover me. Okay.
Yes, girl.
All right, bro. What was your inspiration of your book?
The title or just the book?
Title. The title, the book, all of it. It all.
Okay.
The whole thing.
So I don't have to grab my microphone. Y'all can hear me.
I want y'all see how she talks. If she grabbed that,
I hear me. Listen up.
Not y'all hear me in the back.
Naisha, Aaliyah, Bridges for the title of my book. Yes, y'all didn't know that, but I blame her. Yes. So I gotta get right here. So I blame
whole
her.
name.
Yeah.
Wait, did I know that?
Are you on somebody else's podcast ripping them like that? I am. So let me tell y'all. My book was going to be called The Bell of the Ball because it was about my bell. I was going to do my bells. So I was writing a book. I had it all lined up of what it was going to be. I knew what the chapter was. God kept telling me that's not what it is. But of course, Ro will do what Ro want to do. So I still was writing it. I had it all figured out. And Naisha invited me to be on her podcast. And her questionnaire that she does before was like, come up with a hashtag. Oh. And I'm like, my hashtag is different than everybody else. I don't want to, so I was like really deep in thought. And I was like, okay, we were going to be talking about like just like things that people, and I think how we coined the episode was about like, you think you know, but you have no idea. Remember, you kept saying like, you think you know, but you have no idea. Right?
Yeah. I remember that.
I kept hearing about like, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. And I was like, okay. And I was like, but vision, the word vision is like my thing. Vision's a bell, envision my beauty, my be like everything is in vision. Everything was a vision. And I was like, okay. And I was like, but I don't want envision like EN. And so when I was coming up with the hashtag, and it says she's gonna ask you why you picked the hashtag. So I had to go before the Lord, honey. I said, Lord, about it. And it was like about envision, like internally visioning what you believe is beautiful. Right. And I have a daughter. I want her name to be Phoenix. I love it. Is something about Phoenixes is always like rising from the ashes, right? And I think about beauty from ashes. So it kind of all came about because she wanted me to have this hashtag, right? So that was that. The other part was I remember even writing a book, and I want to say I let Naisha read the first chapter, and I let one more person read it, and it was like, why you keep saying like third person? Like, bro, I hear your voice in your book. Like, I know it's you. You're talking about you. And I was like, huh? Well, you know what? Maybe I should change it around and like actually tell them about. And she was like, but I hear, like, I know it's you. Like, you can tell it's you. It's your tone. It's you. Why you keep taking out the I out of it? Right. And I was like, cause I don't want nobody to know nothing. Like I don't want everybody in my business. They can know a little bit, but I still not in my business. And it just took a mind of its own because I kept running into people and interacting with people, and they would be like, especially the girls that I was mentoring would be like, I appreciate the fact of like every time I'm speaking with you, you can relate and you tell me a little bit about you. And I realized the importance of being open and transparent about what I've gone through and experienced, allow them to embrace where they were going and to know you're not alone. So that's where it kind of came about. But I still was trying to put limitations on what I wanted to say and what I didn't want to say about it. But one thing I recognized was that it's not about me. Like the book is not for me. It is for the young girls and young ladies who they've been told that you're not gonna be nothing. You gonna be locked up. You gonna have a whole bunch of kids. You gonna be dead. All the negative things, right? And the fact of yeah, look at me now, but I've gone through some things to get there, and it was a process. But nobody wants to share the process. Nobody wants to talk about the times when you gotta have them hard conversations. You about to go somewhere and now you bawling out crying, but I get ready. You trying to get it together. And I was like, why not, right? Why not be the one to show you the steps and what to do? And I think the other part was people thought that like, oh, she whatever, she put the God in, she good. I still have moments. I still had to go back to my own book to be like, okay, I'll go back to that chapter. I gotta reread it because I haven't arrived. I just found out a formula that works out that I have to continuously continue to apply the formula. And that's where and then I ran with it. I made it an LLC. It got all the things, right? And it's really about not on nobody else's terms, but envisioning my beauty, right? But not even my own. Like I realized it's not really my own. It's about what God has said about me that I didn't even remember because he's told me I didn't remember it because life took my innocence because I had to grow up so fast. Yeah. So it's that to remind you to go back to that place before all the drama, all the things that happen to you to make you who you are. That place to be able to thrive with the trauma, with the experiences that gets you more equipped, right? So you have more tools in your tool belt to be able to navigate and say, you know what? I thought that took me out. So this right here, you can't do that. I ain't even batting an eye because I've been through what I thought was rock bottom, and I still rose over it. So that's where it all came from. And now it's just like it just became a thing of itself, right? Like, yeah, everything is envision my beauty.
Right.
Why don't you envision what you believe? Right? Like everything because it becomes a lifestyle.
I was just going to say that it's a part of you, right? Like you don't turn it on and turn it off. Like that's just not how it works, right? Like once you out here, you out here, right? And now it's just a matter of all right, I need to apply what I'm saying because that part is for me. Right, like I can't be out here saying you gotta unmask, uncover, and unveil. Right, it's okay not to be okay. Right, and I'm still not even able to apply what I'm speaking.
Right,
and people will get when I say people will pinpoint that. Oh, yeah, you wasn't being uncovered. You had that mask up, Nisha, when you didn't want to talk about blah 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 blah. Right now, you talking about about the devotional, girl. You don't even take notes. You don't even like when I say, oh, you cussing this chick out. You don't put this chick in a headlock. When you talk about I'm a girl empowerment, right? Like people are looking for
They
those
do.
moments to be
They
able to.
do.
And my thing, they're gonna do it regardless, but that's also one of the things that allows me to be in forever remembrance of what I rule, right?
Right.
The moments I want to go back to what used to be comfortable, right? And hiding and not being fully transparent and I don't know, I shouldn't be in this space. It pushes me because I'm like, you ain't gonna say that I'm not walking this thing out, right? Because it's real. Them tears, the one to throw the book away, want to delete everything, not go forth with it, it ain't gonna be in vain. Because I
Right.
done cried enough tears.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's of like, oh no, I'm gonna walk this thing out. And as you continue to walk this thing out, you recognize that it's not as bad as what it was when you first started. Because now
Yeah.
you starting to get a little about, you got your little rhythm about it, like, all right, 2 days I'm gonna be down, but I'm gonna be back on that third day, right?
Right.
Where before it would have took months to be able to get to a place that you like, okay, I'm starting to feel what it is. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that thought, let me cancel that out right now. Oh, I ain't
Right.
feel it. Let me just turn on the music. Let me just dance. Like you start figuring out how to navigate when you're about to hit a rough patch.
Yep.
Mhm.
Because those rough patches come.
They do.
They definitely come. And you be like, man, yeah, like Ro just said, yup, delete the whole thing. Throw the whole computer, notebook, notepad, throw it all away. Cause I'm done.
Mhm.
I'm done. And that's
Mhm.
real. And you need to be able to connect with people that are I always this is something so profound to me. Who we all know, he is most of our spiritual father, but also our leader, our covering, our pastor, right? Like you need to be able to be in a space with people who are not intimidated by you, right? And and they're going to hold you accountable. Like you gave your yes, right? Like you gave your yes to this, right? So now you want to quit because it's getting a little tough, it's getting a little hard. This is your story. This is what you've been through, right? He always says people don't want to see the glory, they want to hear the story, right? That's most people. However, we're like where we are now, everybody wants quick, right? Nobody really wants to
You don't
understand,
want that process.
right?
Mhm.
But you can't have promise without process.
And that's the danger with social media, right? Like you'll see, and this is why I feel like books are still necessary, guys. Reading is fundamental, whether
It
you
is.
audiobook it or whatever, right? But social media will present this idea of this polished and finished product, right? You don't know what it took that person to put up that video, do that reel.
Mhm.
So I appreciate when we have like content creators that show
To get
the
ready with me.
bloopers,
Yeah, yeah,
the mishaps, because it do take a lot. Or if somebody posts like, yeah, they finally got the video on the 99th try, right?
right.
That's real. You only get to see, you see our covers, you see us on this podcast talking about the books and the publishing, but really hear the journey that it took and appreciate the journey, because when you say that you want a thing, you are also saying yes to the process. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the things I heard about, like even with marriage, like you're not only saying yes to the things that you love about the person, you're saying yes to their evolution as well.
Come
And you
on.
don't know what that entails, right? So when you see us and you're looking at the book and you're like, oh, bro, your cover's dope and you doing the thing on social media. Nice, you got the podcast, you got guests. It was a process, it is a process, and it's going to be a process. And if
Absolutely.
you don't want that part, then you don't want nothing.
Whew.
If you don't want the process and the journey that it takes to get anything, right? Everything, then you don't want nothing. You
Hashtag
don't want
breathe.
nothing.
Hashtag breathe.
And you know the crazy part is what you said. It's so interesting that you don't want it and you're going to be stuck in the same cycle because your release comes in when you go through the process or when you write the book, right? Like you're still like, as long as it took to write the book, you still was in this cycle. But as soon as you was like, I send, things started manifesting. It's the you're holding up what your next is because you're not releasing what is holding you. And it could be whatever it is, right? It doesn't necessarily have to be, a book. It could be a business, right? It could be your podcast. It could be whatever that is that even gets you to the space of nobody wakes up like, I want to write a book. I'm gonna write a book and I'm gonna be an author. Nobody wakes up. It just says stuff.
Nobody who is supposed to do it does that.
Yeah, say that. Right? They don't.
I wanted to get close.
I saw
the people who, when we are really called to something, let's even go to the Bible. We don't be wanting to do it.
You be want to write it how you want to write it. You don't want to talk about nothing personal.
Baby.
Let me give y'all the powdered sugar version. No. That's not what he calls you to write. He didn't even cause you to do the content the way that you're doing it.
Like all my business though? Like you want me to say all of it?
All of it.
And it was like, and then it was like, no, but no, we're not going to, I'm going to have you do it on the surface. Cause then it's going to be a next one. I'm like, no. Wait a minute.
Again.
That's fine. You want to write the first one, book 2, book 3, book 4. You got a whole series.
When you say yes to the evolution of things, not the now. You say yes to the now and the future.
I'm gonna need you to do like a t-shirt or something. And when you say yes to the evolution. I'll wear that.
Let me write it down too. Yes.
That was good.
Let's get t-shirts.
Something, girl.
Yes to the evolution.
Yes. But if we're honest, this is what delays a lot of our yes.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
Because you don't know what else is coming with that. You know what I'm saying? Like
that'd be the scary part though. So it's like, not doing that.
Right. Because what we really want to be like is okay right now.
Right. Because when you start thinking about you wrote the book, the speaking engagements. I don't want to speak in front of nobody. What are you talking about? And he like, girl, just send the thing, just send the manuscript, just do it. Like and that's the thing. Like things will line up the way it's supposed to. You just gotta, what they say, one more door, walk through the door. What we learned, one more door.
One more door.
One more door.
Yes.
To get your act.
Yes.
So, like, we didn't eat. First of all, like, we didn't even get to all my questions.
We never.
There's a lot. Like, there's a lot of more that we need to unpack. So, I really would like to do a episode 2 of this. And then hopefully Bree can come on too as well. So I'll be reaching out to you guys because I think this is necessary. Just again, and I think Ro, you said something so profound. And I don't want to skip over it, right? Like it's whatever your it is. It doesn't necessarily have to be a book, right? This may not be a book for you, right? But again, like Rose said, what if it's about you starting a business, starting to maybe do a dance class, right? Like starting something. You keep saying you going through these cycles and I don't know what's happening, right? Because you won't even put steps forward to even start. You count yourself out before you even agree to the start. Like, so whatever your it is, right? Like lean into that, right? You have community. We're here, right? Like you'll be able to reach out to. That's why you have a Danya you can reach out to. You can reach out to Rohisha. Like they're open, right? Like because we're not just going through this journey just to go through it, right? We're going through to bring others through. So we are gonna end, right? Because I do want to be respectful of people's time. But before we go, because there may be somebody on here that may want to write a book, right? What I want both of you, if you can think of, I don't know, an encouraging word, something that will help somebody to begin to put action behind their yes of writing their book, like what would that be?
Um, I would say, other than just do it, right? Because we can just be like, just do it. Um, you may even already have your book written, right? Let's go for my journey, right? Like I did videos on social media, and then the Lord told me to transform them into books. So there's things you have in your voice notes. There's things you have in your note section in your journal. Um, I would challenge you to go back, right? We talked about it being power in the go back.
Mm-hmm.
So for some people that's watching this or that will watch this, it is really you just taking a step back and looking at the things that you've already put into place. Um, so if you feel this urgency or this burden to write a book, it may not even be like starting something new, because that's probably where you feel the burden at. It's
Mm-hmm.
probably already something that you have, a voice note you recorded, a text message you sent to somebody, something you wrote in your journal, a video you did on social media. Like it literally could be hidden there,
Mm.
and you just need to go back. And don't be afraid to go back. Whatever wounds, whatever scars, whatever that, even if it was a conversation you recorded. I don't know why I feel like that, but somebody has a recording of a conversation that was reiterating a story.
Mm.
That's your book. Someone needs to hear that. So yeah, just go back. Don't be afraid to go back, because your book is there.
I love that.
All of that, everything that she said, I say.
Like
But I
ditto.
would say, but I will also say, find you your that good counsel, that
Mm.
one or two people that are going to like that are not afraid of you. That's going to, because it's not for the weak. You're gonna want
Yeah.
to like anything that's going to be fruitful is not pretty. It's not easy. So you need those, right? And they don't necessarily have to have been an author, right? But they're like, you got this. I need to hear you. When people are like, oh, that was good. When you say something like, you know what, that gave me pause for thought. That means your voice matters. It needs to be heard. And you can
Yeah.
start on whatever that may look like. So if that's just starting to record, right? If that is writing, like everybody, like whatever is your it or your way to be able to make sure your voice is heard, it is important. You need to find your voice. And that's what I would say. Like just find your voice that fits comfortably for you, and then just walk it out. Stumble, get back up. But have people that's gonna be like, so because I have friends like, oh yeah, what's up with that book? I'm like, dang, that's why you don't want to
I
tell
remember I
nobody,
used to
man.
do that
Everybody
too.
do this,
I,
right?
I used
Doing
to
it
do that
secret,
too.
right? But you need those people that's
You
gonna hold
need
you
that, yeah.
accountable. In your mind, your thoughts, right? We talk about the thoughts. And with your thoughts, when you have thoughts, it becomes your words, and your words become your behavior. So you want to
Yeah.
ensure that it's canceling out. Listen, I really do want to write this book, but I also know I need an accountability person. Now I
Mm-hmm.
ain't gonna write the book, but I'm gonna do check-in. Where we at with that? Okay, we
Yep.
got the first chapter done. All right, let's go. You need that.
Yeah. Yes,
You
you
do.
do. You do. You do.
Word.
I agree.
Word. So I'm going to, so what I've been hearing ever since we kind of started talking about this was, and I think I remember Rohisha and we had a meeting, right? Because I had already finished my book and published my book, right? And she kind of wanted to have an accountability person, right? So she leaned in on me, and we met a couple of times, and I remember I said something that I thought was just like so, like it was just like, okay, I'm just saying it because that was my thought process. But she took that, and it was like she was like, it was so big though for me, And I just told her, I said, you know what you're doing? I said, you need to stop. And I said, just write. Just write. Stop trying to put all the chapters in, because my homegirl was like, because I got chapter 1, I got chapter, like she was trying to put it all together, like, and it was messing up. It was messing her up. And I know, because I am a perfectionist. That's what I did too as well, until I had my accountability person, which was Pastor Lavelle, who is also my pastor and my mentor and my spiritual mom. Like, she is just so amazing to me. And she said to me, she said, I need you to stop what you're doing and I need you to just write. And I felt like when she told me that, when I just began to just start writing, when it was just like, I would just write pages and pages and pages. It was just whatever I was feeling, whatever I was thinking, whatever kept coming back up, I just wrote. Right. So get yourself, and you can do it in different ways. Mine was I had a notebook, then I had notes in my phone, then I went from my notebook, notes in my phone, to a Google Doc. Right. But I didn't allow it to stop me. So my words of encouragement is to, if you've been feeling a nudge, if you've been feeling the tug, just write. Just write. Well, it's been real, y'all.
Well,
drop mic. Well, we here, y'all.
Yeah.
Literally, her microphone. My Lord. Next time she gonna have a whole setup in the back.
Okay.
That's at Row House.
Get the mixer together.
I thank you, ladies, so much.
Yes.
I really, really thank you for, your vulnerability, for your transparency, for your openness, for your willingness. I always say that it's not easy to come on here and kind of, talk about your journey. Sometimes, again, those thoughts be thought in even when you talking, right, about your journey, and just understanding, like, you know what, it's okay that I don't know how to put it all together. Like, all right, I don't even have that figured out, right? But this is where I am, right? And being honest where you are. So I really, really appreciate you both. I appreciate the light that shines through you. And I love you both. I really do. So I want to thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all. So we definitely will be having an episode 2 of this. Because, yeah. Part two. Definitely for new season. Yep, coming near you, right? And then, Ro, you got to make sure you share the information with me so I can share with my community, so they can come over to your community, right? Like, because this is how we do. We ain't gotta listen. We all I like.
Let me tell y'all about, because y'all see me, I might have to shine a light.
A light too. We forgot the light.
Your girl. And this is what it's talking about, having accountability, people. Just writing, right? So y'all know I'm an author, right? One time, your girl an author. This the book, right? This the book.
That's the book.
Amazon.
That's the book, y'all.
But your girl, not only a one-time author, she what? 2.
2-time for your name. 2-time. Look at the Phoenix. 2-time.
Okay. The workbook edition is done on Amazon.
Woo!
Y'all, Amazon blessed right now. But it's really about the things that we said. Like, this is a true testament to the things that we were just talking about. It will work out. It will manifest. It will be what it needs to be. And it looks different for everybody.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, y'all. She 2-time.
She's 2-time.
So she got 2.
Make sure you send me the link to the new one.
Yes.
So I can also post that too as well. I am super proud of you. I'm super excited.
Yes.
I know the story behind the smile. Okay.
Baby, shout out to Bree. Bree gonna be on the next one. Shout out to Bree.
Yeah, okay. Bree is definitely gonna be on the next one. Yeah, because Bree got some. Yeah.
Everybody gotta get you a Bree.
Everybody.
Get you a Bree.
I'm
and
telling
guess
you.
what? Bro just set the standard for all of us. So that means Naisha getting ready to be too.
That's that one. I'm gonna let Naisha rock because she about to get the studio, the podcast studio. So I'm gonna let you rock a year from now. I want to see what's next. I want to see what's next.
Yep.
See what's
Yep.
next. And you know, my homegirl might bust out with a devotional. I'm just speaking that to existence. Getting together. You never know.
Listen, you never know. You know what? I'm for it. I'm for it through the tears, through the unknown. I'm for it.
Yeah.
I'm
Because
for
you
it.
shared your unmasking. Now you got to walk people through the journey of unmasking.
That's it right there. That's it. So I would be remiss if I didn't allow my sister girl Danye to share. You got anything up and coming new you want to tell us really quick before we jump off?
My birthday.
Come on. Well, we know what happened last time around your birthday. You ended up having 27 devotionals. So look, we here for it.
And
we here for it.
Okay. So listen, yeah, no, that's pretty much it. That's really it. You can follow me on social media. I'm definitely trying to make my presence a lot more on there. I'm very transparent on my page. So, you know, follow me. You'll find out what's going on. Praise God.
I love
it. I share.
I love it. I love it. I love it. So, well, more to come.
Yes.
We'll see y'all next season, and we do part 2. Yeah. So I love y'all. Good night. Everybody be safe. Have a good weekend. Bye.